All right, y'all, this is Mr. Let Go. I talked about this before, but I found some new information, so I'm going to share it with you guys pertaining to Melania Trump possibly, allegedly, actually having a child with Jeffrey. So I got to say this up front. I don't have any DNA evidence, so all of this is speculation and rumor. Don't sue me. Look at the lips. Look at the lips.
This is intent. Her name is Brina Knaus. Does the last name sound familiar? Okay, I'm going to help you. Her name is Melania Knaus. Brina was born 15 minutes away.
And the reason why this guy doesn't seem synced to what he's saying, this particular guy was speaking in a different language, so I had to run it through a translation app. That's the reason why his lips seem out of sync with what he's saying.
Her name is Melania Knaus. Brina was born 15 minutes away from where Melania lived when she was 15 years old. And now there's a theory circulating on the internet that's gaining traction, suggesting that Brina might be Melania's daughter with Jeffrey Epstein.
And just a quick timeline. Brina is 40 and Melania, I believe, is 55, which means Melania was possibly pregnant at the age of 14.
And all of this came out, or at least started to spread, after Melania gave that very strange press conference where she explained that she had nothing to do with Epstein, that they weren't friends or anything like that. Basically, she wanted to distance herself. But now, people are saying that Brina, who truly resembles Melania, you can see it, right? It's very easy to compare one with the other. And it might be the secret Amanda Ungaro was about to reveal.
All right, let me give you guys an understanding of all these different characters before we get too far into this video. First is Paolo Zampoli, since he is the main person that started this entire firestorm. So Paolo Zampoli was in a long-term relationship with a woman named Amanda Ungaro. They broke up, and instead of them just splitting up, he turns around and gets the woman arrested and then deported. And now she's in another country and she's not able to see her son. And because of all of this, she decided to write a tell-all book that snitched on him, Melania Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Donald Trump. Where is that book? Nobody knows, because the Trump administration literally got rid of the book. Now nobody can get their hands on the book. But allegedly, and we're going to talk about this because this is the secondary part about this, Melania Trump, who has been best friends with Amanda all this time, allegedly was not only getting ran through by Paolo, Trump, and Jeffrey allegedly got her pregnant. And that's specifically why we're here. But Paolo Zampoli is a longtime friend of Donald Trump. Just to give a little bit more background, he actually allegedly turned Trump on to the whole modeling game. Or should I say, they get young women from Slovenia, promise them modeling fame, bring them to America, take their passports, put them up in a small New York apartment, other foreign girls who also don't have passports, and allegedly pimp the girls out to the highest bidders. And remember, this is all speculation. And what does this have to do with Jeffrey in particular? Well, that is literally what Jeffrey was doing. But instead of having girls in New York, Jeffrey would just have people fly out to his island and somewhat do the same things. And shout out to my girl Mimi, who actually lives in Slovenia. She actually breaks down how the actual pipeline starts. Where do they get the girls from? Whether it's Jeffrey, Paolo Zampoli, or any of these other guys, including Andrew Tate.
Just days before Tate was arrested, he was spotted partying in D.C. with top-level Trump officials, including people with deep ties to Jeffrey Epstein. This is Paolo Zampoli. He's a former modeling executive known for, quote, his vulgar charms, and he's a longtime BFF of Donald Trump, so he existed in that very elite 90s New York circle. And actually, Zampoli's entire claim to fame is that he says he introduced Trump to Melania at a New York Fashion Week party in 1998. However, his recent infamy is for being spotted hundreds of times at the Epstein files. And we very well know that Trump rewards those that are close to him, even if they don't have any political experience. So he appointed Zampoli to the Kennedy Center board, and in 2025 made him the U.S. Special Representative for Global Partnerships. So Zampoli's job is now pretty important. It's at this critical intersection of government and wealthy private interests, so he knows a lot of important people. And this is the guy that hosted the Tate brothers at his home last week for a glamorous private summer soiree in DC. During that same trip, the Tate brothers were photographed on Capitol Hill meeting congressmen and lawmakers, including Republican Congressman Wesley Hunt of Texas.
Parents in Slovenia are very naive. We had modeling agencies coming to our elementary schools.
You said modeling agencies are coming to your elementary school?
Elementary school, yeah. And I never even thought anything about it. Like when I watch you and I see the things unfolding, I'm like, oh my God, that was actually kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
I remember I was 12, 13. They came
12,
and they was like,
13.
we're taking pictures of you. You can be a model. And I like had a physicist father that just came home and was ranting about how models are, whores. And so I didn't touch that.
She said, so I didn't touch that. So modeling agencies came to her elementary school, but because she had a father, he steered her away from that and said, go to school.
I studied, biology. And I also know a model that went to that world, told me they really do treat you like cattle. Like cow, because I think Melania is just the one that gave in. That's why we have no respect for her, right? I don't think she was like Erica. Is like she is bred in America. To me, it looks like for a specific purpose.
And you may say, wait, what does Erica Kirk have to do with this? Well, remember, Erica Kirk was in Romania allegedly helping orphans. And remember what she said, the reason why this young lady didn't get pulled into this game is because she wasn't an orphan. She had a mother and a father that actually protected her, unlike other girls in Slovenia. So because Mimi was protected, she's living a good life.
She was beautiful and she gave in, They do come for beautiful women of Slovenia, make them stars in America or wherever. And just like Melania became famous and probably is also doing weird stuff. I'm not defending this woman. I think that's correct. I think they are both connected via same handlers, EpiPen, all those people.
You witnessing yourself that modeling agencies were coming to your elementary school, right? All right, so let's get back to Brina, the alleged daughter of Melania Trump.
Before Brina was a DJ, she was a model, and she modeled for Paulo Zampoli.
See right here, this is what's disgusting about this. Not only did Paulo Zampoli allegedly represent Melania Knauss, he also represented, years later, Brina Knauss. And this woman right here is an excellent reporter. Her name is Becca Day on TikTok. She has multiple series on not just Amanda Ungaro, but Paulo Zampoli, who is Amanda Ungaro's longtime boyfriend.
She's very popular, especially in Milan, London, Ibiza. She has a fan base within the United States and performs within the United States as well, but the largest chunk of her fans do not come from the United States. Brina was born in Trevalier, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Slovenia, on October 20th of 1985.
So here's my real point of doing this video. I'm not a gossip person. I am a protector of young people who can't protect themselves, whether American or foreign. So to the parents out there, if you have a young daughter or a young son, sit down with your kid and let them know that if somebody comes up to them in the mall or anywhere else and offers them an opportunity to be a model, run. Because the entire modeling industry is not about modeling. It's about trafficking. And going back to Erica Kirk, remember the video that I did and many other people did, where she was texting this 15, 16-year-old girl, and at some point she started trying to get the young girl to become a model and go take pictures over here, and the girl turned her down and ended up snitching on Erica. A lot of these people are able to do their dirt and their evil over in other countries like Slovenia or Ukraine, and because their laws are a lot more lenient there, they'll either go over there and do something or either get girls from over there, bring them to America, take their passports, and because they don't know anybody and not even from this country, to a certain degree, they're now the person's slave. So this is not gossip. This is protection. Talk to your young girls. Talk to your young boys. Warn your kids about random people walking up to them promising some type of fame or some random opportunity to be a model. We as parents have the responsibility to be as informed as these young people are. And we need to know what's out there and what our kids could be exposed to behind our backs. And for reasons like this, so we can get closer to our kids, I make card games like this, the like mother, like daughter card game. This puts you in a position where you and your daughter or you and your mother can sit down and have a fun conversation, ask each other questions that you always wanted to ask the mother or the daughter. And after playing this game, you'll get a better understanding of the other person's perspective, which will gain trust. And essentially, your daughter or your mother would be able to come to you instead of going to somebody else outside of your household for advice and understanding. So I need y'all to do 5 things for me. Hit the like button, hit the hype button, watch one of these videos before you leave, buy my card game, and comment what you think about all of this below. Talk to y'all later.